At 10 in the morning, she's still in her pajamas. She meant to start work at 8. Instead, she checked her phone in bed, answered a few messages, and got up late. Then the washing machine beeped. The kitchen counter was covered with dishes. Someone called with a question that took 20 minutes to sort out. When she finally opened her laptop, she answered 3 unimportant emails. They were easier than opening the document she actually needed to write. By 3 in the afternoon, that document was still blank. She looked at the clock, then at the list she had made that morning, and thought, I've already wasted most of the day. I'll do it properly tomorrow. This is often where a messy morning takes the evening with it. She still has several usable hours. The problem is that she's comparing those hours with the plan she made at 8. That plan assumed an early start, a clear kitchen, plenty of energy, and long stretches without interruption. None of that happened, but the plan is still sitting there, making everything feel late. So, she needs to close it. This is the idea behind the 3 p.m. reset. It doesn't have to happen at 3. It can happen at 11 in the morning or 7 at night. 3 o'clock simply represents the moment when a large part of the day is gone, but there's still time to make a different decision. The reset has 3 parts: close, choose, start ugly. First, close. She shuts the unrelated tabs on her laptop, the shopping page, her inbox, and an article she opened 2 hours ago. Her phone goes on a shelf across the room. Then she takes a sheet of paper and writes down everything she meant to do. Finish the report. Clean the kitchen. Exercise. Make 2 calls. Order groceries. Prepare for tomorrow's meeting. This is where she would normally rearrange the whole list and create a new schedule. That could easily take another half hour. This time, she writes one of 3 things beside each unfinished task. Tomorrow. Later. No longer necessary. The kitchen can wait. Exercise becomes a short walk after dinner. One call moves to tomorrow. The other is no longer needed. She isn't trying to feel better about the morning. She's making decisions so those unfinished tasks stop following her around for the rest of the afternoon. Now she can choose. She circles 2 outcomes. The first is the one thing that still matters today. Write the main section of the report. The second is a small action that will make tomorrow easier. Put the meeting notes and files into one folder before she finishes work. Everything else already has somewhere to go. She doesn't choose the easiest items just to cross something off. Answering another quick email would feel useful for a few minutes, but the blank report would still be waiting. And choosing one important result isn't setting the bar too low. At 3 in the afternoon, the real choice isn't between one task and the entire morning plan. It's between finishing something useful and spending the next few hours feeling behind while doing very little. Then comes Start Ugly. She opens the report. Normally, she would review all her notes, fix the structure, and search for the right opening. This time, she writes 3 rough sentences. They repeat each other. One is too long. She probably won't keep any of them. That's fine. The page is no longer blank. She can cut a sentence, move another one, or replace the whole paragraph. Working with bad material feels easier than trying to create a polished opening from nothing. Start Ugly works with ordinary tasks too. If the kitchen is a mess, skip the full cleaning plan. Throw away the rubbish and clear enough counter space to make dinner. If you need to send a difficult email, write the first paragraph without making it ready to send. If exercise feels impossible, put on your shoes and walk to the end of the street. Decide what happens next once you're outside. The point isn't to collect tiny achievements. It's to allow the first attempt to look rough. A bad day does not need a beautiful restart. It needs an imperfect beginning. Back at the desk, those 3 bad sentences become a paragraph. The paragraph becomes a page. By 5:30, the report isn't finished, but the main section is written and ready to revise. Before closing her laptop, she spends 5 minutes putting tomorrow's meeting files into one folder. The kitchen is still untidy. She didn't complete the workout she planned. Several tasks moved to another day. But the afternoon produced something real, and tomorrow will be easier to begin. If this kind of reset happens often, it helps to prepare for it before the next difficult day. Give each important task 2 versions: a normal version and a bad day version. The normal version might be a 40-minute workout. The bad day version is changing your shoes and walking for 10 minutes. The normal version of the report is a complete draft. The bad day version is the most important section. For the kitchen, the normal version is washing everything and wiping every surface. The bad day version is restoring one clear counter you can actually use. Choose these versions in advance. Then, when the day gets interrupted, you won't have to invent a new standard while you're already frustrated. So look at the time now. Take the plan you were supposed to follow and write down what's still unfinished. Mark each item: tomorrow, later, no longer necessary. Circle one result that still matters today, plus one small action that will make tomorrow easier. Then give the important task an ugly beginning. 3 rough sentences. 1 problem. 5 items cleared. The first paragraph of an email. Do the first action before you start planning again. You do not need a new day. You need a new starting point.